Hey, welcome back to NancyCo Journey. My journey from $0 to $1 million in 1 year, January 1st to December 31st on 2025. If you don't know who I am, I'm 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗏. I am the president of the GovCon Chamber of Commerce, co-founder of GovCon in a Box. And I spent 20 years as a small business owner twice, starting and running and selling government contracting small businesses. Since 2018, I've been teaching the process for success. I teach that government contracting, it's not a secret, it's just a process. And so for NancyCo, that's my wife's name, I created this company to be able to show you that here's what will happen when I follow my own process. There's this idea of eating your own dog food, right? So I'm not going to tell you what I would do if I started over in 2025. I figured I'd just show you me starting over in 2025. I'm only doing this 1 hour a day. I'm moving forward just to show you as an example. And at the end, I'll be at $1 million in annual recurring revenue. That's my goal. That's where we're going to go. So if you're following along in the journey, you know that I'm trying to catch up on some videos. After I did one that says, hey, I'm back. And then I did this one or prepped this one. I'm like, wow, this is taking me a good amount of time. So I'm not totally sure here on February 1st whether I'll catch all the way up. But I'm just kind of backdating the dates because it'll make it easier for anybody else who comes along in the journey. For those of you here early, you appreciate my effort, so you'll cut me a little slack. All right, here's what I want to show you today. I want to talk to you about the SAM registration. I got my company entity stuff all good to go, and I want to get into SAM. So I just want to show you what I did in the process, where I'm at, what do I need to do next. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I think this is the one I want to share. Hide. Let me make sure I am sharing myself down in the corner. Perfect. So I'm going to go through these slides fairly quickly. I just did snapshots, right? I'm not trying to make this some sort of perfect thing. I did snapshots. I think every single screen that I went through. So here you go to SAM.Gov and it's got a button that says Get Started. When you click on it, it takes you to almost this exact same thing, except for it gives you some guidance. And so from the second screen, you hit Get Started. And when I do, it took me here and it says, SAM.Gov, create an account or sign in. I don't have an account, so I'm going to create an account. And when I click on it, I created, actually, let me back up 1 second. I entered my email address and it sent me an authentication thing. And then it said, hey, create a secondary sign up authentication. So you should be familiar these days with this. I chose the authentication application. I wanted to point that out. It's my favorite one because I have an app on my phone that I can use to track everything. And it's far more convenient for me than sending a message to my texting me or something. So anyways, I set that up. And then I came back and it said, hey, you're good to go. It sent me an email. You're good to go. So here's my first time logging in. I'm going to use my email and password. So I did in the first screen. So I'm off to the races, I think, now with the SAM registration process, right? That was Login.gov. You need to create that account and then you come into SAM. So I'm creating the basic information. If you don't know this, I'm creating the company completely in the blind. So it'll be my wife's company. And when we start to reach out, she'll do the reaching out part. I might have other people reach out as well, but she'll do the reaching out so that we can show this example of she hasn't been in the GovCon world in, well, my kids are 11, so she hasn't been in at least that, but she used to be in a long time ago. Okay, so I put this information in straightforward. And then the next thing it came up, it said request to roll. And so this is your first time kind of coming in. And because I didn't have anything, I just skipped this. This is optional. And really, this is like if you were registering just to be able to get on somebody else's code. I'm not teaching SAM, though, today. All right. So then it came back and I'm logged into SAM. And this is your workspace, right? And so in here, it's telling me what my journey is going to be like. I'm going to cruise along. You can come in and learn SAM. But right here is where I'm really getting started registering that new unique identifier. New company in SAM. So here it says, welcome. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Read me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm hitting on create entity. I already did my research, right? So before here, it asked me, what's my goal? I want to go directly with the government, sell to the government. And the second question it asked me is like, which answer best fits your thing? And bidding on federal contracts, what I want to do. I'm definitely going to be creating a company that is more subcontracting to go after that $1 million, frankly. But when you register in SAM, that's the answer. So, okay, I did that. I hit next. This one is my favorite one of the entire process. It goes, who required your entity to be in SAM? Well, you did, government. You said I couldn't sell to you unless I'm registered. So the only answer is the federal government. But then it gives you all these other options. And I was like, well, I decided on my own, but I didn't require me. You're requiring me. I'm just thinking it's a good idea if I want to sell to you. And so I laugh at the question, but as far as I'm concerned, the federal government's the one requiring me to do this if I want to sell to them. The next screen, when I go in, it's I love this. It's like, do you want our medium, small, or other option? That's how they kind of set it up. Like they're selling a SaaS product with SAM, a software as a service. Anyways, I want all awards. So recommended, I just chose to recommend it. I left it there and I hit next. Came in here. So now we're off to the races, right? And it says, are you registering a government entity? Well, the answer is pretty straightforward. Next one, do you already have a cage code? No. And then it's like, okay, so you will be registering a business entity for all awards. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And just confirming, you said all awards. And so it gave me another confirmation screen, which is fine. I'm just having fun. So then we're off to the races. We start going in and say, well, start telling me stuff. What's your legal business name? I left the doing business as blank. Don't ever do doing business as or DBA. It's just a waste of time. Like if your company is, some long drawn out name, just use the smaller one. No one cares. Unless you got some formal legal thing to do, it doesn't really matter. You can shrink a long company down. Okay, so then it asked for my physical address and I put that stuff in, filled it out automatically. This is grayed out down here because it fills it automatically when you hit your zip code. Here was something here I want to just point out. I put in my physical address, which is kind of a virtual address, physical address. And I noticed here, it's like before it said no PO boxes, but here it's like no PO boxes or virtual offices. I'm like, you're killing me. First off, this is the modern age. And I'm trying to protect as I'm doing this marketing, show you what I'm doing. I want to protect my house address because that's the only other address I have, right, to use. And so I was looking at it though. When I clicked on this, it gave me guidance. And one of the things that was cool, it says, hey, don't use this stuff. But if you do use it, then later you'll be required to give a home address for the company officer. I'm totally cool giving Sam my address. What I don't want to do is put, 555 Main Street as my, my home address as the thing is Sam on YouTube, pushing it out. I'd like to keep making it a little bit hard to share my address. I don't really care though, because, you can't be worse than my neighbors. Anyway, so, but this is something I'm paying attention to. If I need to, I will come back and change it. I think I'm okay. And so to the best of my knowledge, I'm using a physical address because that's the name of the company I'm connected with. All right, so I'm cruising along. It asked me, do you recognize your address? Because it automatically tried to find it. I didn't recognize it, so I'm moving on. Then it asked me a couple of questions about what year did I start and where did I incorporate? I put that in. You know this if you've been around. So here it's just confirming my information. Now here it is confirming it again. And then it said, can you attach a document that'll confirm some of this information? So I just uploaded the document I got from the Harvard Business Services or Delaware Inc., which is out in Delaware, that I used and paid to register my whole company in Delaware and with the IRS, et cetera. They also created the articles of incorporation, blah, blah, blah. That was one of the official documents that I could upload. So I uploaded it, it checked it all, and it gave me green boxes on all of it. I think I'm good to go. If they, and you'll see in a minute, I think I'm good to go. And here they said, great, your document's successful. 1 to 3 days, we'll be able to track on it and we'll get back to you. And then the last thing is I came back, I'm at SAM again at my dashboard, and you'll notice now I've got an entity in here under review. So it's saying, okay, it's pending assignment, et cetera. So I think that is the end of my, the steps there. So that's the end of my video here. I just want to show you really quickly the process that I went through in SAM. It's really pretty straightforward. When I'm all done this process, I'm going to create just a free checklist like an Excel or something. So all those questions I had to answer and all those things, anybody comes after me, they could just fill it out in Excel and have it all standing by before they ever go into SAM. Because going through SAM is like, these hiccups back and forth. Anyway, so you can see that it's going to take 1 to 3 days. Today is Saturday, so I'm assuming it's going to take at least till Monday, if not till Wednesday. So I'll jump on some other activity to do as I catch up on my videos. So, all right, I will see you on the next journey video or episode or whatever we call these things. All right.